Hi guys and gals, I am Larry the Man Mullins. You're watching NGW Wrestling Round Up. Today on the show, we have a very special guest, none other than Brandon Krueger.
Hello!
Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be speaking about a very special event taking place this Saturday at the Athena Center in Crawfordsville, Indiana. It's going to be NGW's 5-year strong show, and let's talk about that. What is about to take place? It's going to be unprecedented on the card. So let's dive right into it.
Well, first of all, this is NGW's 5th year. This is our 5th anniversary, which is kind of hard to believe. So the first match I'd like to talk about is one that was just made just a couple days ago.
Okay.
Mark Houston has challenged Zombie Rob Raymer to a singles match. Last month, Mark Houston wrestled Joe Pittman.
Yes.
The stipulation of that match was whoever won that match got to go on to be Rob Raymer's tag team partner.
Mm-hmm.
In the tag team main event of that show, it was scheduled to be Sexy Sean Cook and Rob Raymer, who were the current, at that time, they were the NGW Tag Team Champions, taking on the Junior Varsity Club. I think Houston is challenging Raymer as a measure of
Maybe being slighted?
maybe comeuppance.
Yeah.
He thinks that Joe winning was a fluke.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Joe Pittman has been on the rise in NGW since he debuted only 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's jealousy, if it's I have to prove something because I was beaten by this young kid.
That's what it sounds like.
You know,
Yeah.
Joe's only been wrestling for less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Houston has been wrestling for 7 years, so I think he feels like he has something to prove.
The young kid beats the veteran as it is.
Right.
Wow.
So maybe by challenging Rob, he's thinking, you know, if I can defeat Rob, then I show everyone that it should have been me. I think Mark Houston can pull it out. I think he feels he has something to prove to the fans, the NGW fans, especially the Crawfordsville fans.
Okay.
And I think he needs to prove that Pittman's victory was in fact a fluke. You know, and again, I think by challenging Rob, that's his whole goal. So I have to side squarely on the side of Houston. He is the one that made the challenge, so I think he's definitely physically prepared, but I think he's also mentally prepared as well. I think this one goes to Houston.
All right, so you're choosing Houston.
I go with Houston.
I'm gonna have to choose Zombie Rob Raymer for the simple fact that
You're a fanboy.
I'm a fanboy. Yeah, I got his autograph and it's hanging on my wall in my room. For the simple fact, he is half of the tag team champions. Just because he's a champion.
Yeah, but he's held on to those titles through dubious circumstances. Not circumstances of his own design, mind you. I think it's more, when he was partnered with Sean, I think it was more of Sean's doing.
Well, yeah.
Powder in the eyes and the underhanded tactics and doing things to JV Club when the referee's eyes were in the other direction.
But he's a pretty strong.
He's a big boy.
Zombie is a pretty strong man, and I don't foresee Houston overcoming.
I understand, but the guys that choose to climb Mount Everest to get to the top, and Houston is the one that made the challenge.
Yeah, but how long? How long will it take somebody to get up there?
I guess we'll find out on April 27th.
I guess we will. So tell me, what is the X factor?
And the X factor in this match is Mark Houston's desire. That's the X factor. He made the challenge. He's ready. I mean, Raymer accepted, obviously, but he's not the one that wanted the match.
Right.
I think Houston just has something that he needs to prove. And I don't even know, maybe it's not even a pin. Maybe it's not even a submission. Maybe it's just proving that he's tough. And
so you're saying that he's hungry like a lion, as well.
Hungry like a lion, yes.
Well, folks, there's only one way to find out if either one of us are right,
I'm right.
hearsay, you'll have to go to the Athena Center in beautiful Crawfordsville, Indiana, to find out. Sexy Sean Cook and Joe Pittman. Wow, it's incredible. This man, I'm just gonna say right off. I find that it's very. It's like the NGW commissioner or the championship committee.
It was the championship committee.
They are just basically giving this man anything he wants.
Sidestepping the commissioner.
Yeah, Black comes out. He explains to the audience that, hey, you can't show up to defend your title. You lose the opportunity. That's where I thought it was going to go down.
But what are the circumstances of Sean Cook's absence?
I believe it's irrelevant. I believe that if you're a champion...
Well, to go back, last month, Sexy Sean Cook could not show up. He was not in the arena. He was not at the event.
I have to think that maybe in some way, shape, or form, folks, Sean Cook was a little bit of afraid because of what he did to Raymer.
The powder.
Not only the powder, but he clocked him in the head with the title.
I think they've both had hands on. The situation with Rob Raymer and Sean Cook as tag team champions is volatile at best. The tag team champions are Zombie Rob Raymer and Joe Pittman.
Yeah.
Recognized NGW tag team champions. Sometime in the interim between the last show and this one, Sean Cook contacted Commissioner Black.
I call it crying.
He contacted Commissioner Black. He voiced his concerns. Commissioner Black told him that there would not be a chance for Sean to get his title back. Sean feels he was stripped. Commissioner Black says you didn't show up, therefore you negate your claim to the title simply because you were not there. It's very convoluted, but Sean went over Commissioner Black's head.
Exactly. He went over the commissioner's head. Why is Black there if he's going to do that?
He went to the championship committee, voiced his concerns, and the championship committee made their ruling. And what the ruling stated is Sexy Sean Cook wrestles Joe Pittman at 5 Year Strong. If Sexy Sean Cook defeats Joe Pittman, he regains his half of the NGW Tag Team Championship. If Joe Pittman wins, he remains the other half of the NGW Tag Team Champions. Anyway, so predictions. Who's going to win? Who do you think's going to win?
Well, are you asking, am I going to have the honor to go first?
You go first. Who
Okay,
do you think's
I
going to win?
appreciate it. Even though I hate to do it, even though I hate to take this guy because I think his conduct is not becoming a champion, but
You're gonna go with Sean, aren't you?
I'm gonna have to go with Sean Cook.
Yeah.
Just because he has the
edge, so to speak, the experience.
The experience, yes.
The in-ring prowess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes.
Hmm.
And you would have to. Who would that be?
I gotta go with Sean too.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't.
Don't shake a hand.
I don't. I'm squarely in. I'm in Joe's corner. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
I think the guy's got a world of talent and a real good future ahead of him.
So what is the X factor in all of this?
I called it for Sean.
Right.
And predictions, but the X factor in this match is Joe.
Oh,
the
yeah,
X factor
no.
is Joe Pittman himself because he pulled it out last month and beat Mark Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
There may be two X factors in this match.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Rob Raymer. Where will Rob Raymer be? Is Rob Raymer going to be at ringside?
And what corner will it be in?
Will the senior referee, Jerry Koltoff, allow Rob Bramer at ringside during this match? Will Commissioner Black remain or allow Rob to remain at ringside?
Oh.
Or will Sean himself protest Rob Bramer's presence at ringside?
Wow, the variables in this match.
So 4 X Factors.
Yes, a lot.
But the big one again is Joe himself.
All right.
Can he pull it off?
All right. Can Joe pull it off? Or
Intestinal fortitude. Can he
Yeah.
pull it up? So what's going on with Jinx and KJ? Jinx
Right.
has put a bullseye on KJ's back and just will not leave the man alone. And Vandy has been on the prowl, basically. Vandy wants the NGW championship bad. He wants to be Mean Mark Vandy NGW champion.
Yeah.
I think he'll do anything to get it. Vandy's constant interference with Osiris. Every time Osiris wrestles, he wrestled Karn Alexander, Vandy got involved.
yeah.
You know, every time Osiris is defending the NGW championship, there's Vandy. And Vandy has even stated, I want that title. He
So-
has said, I want the NGW championship.
Essentially, he's just trying to make himself known to Osiris. It seems as if.
Known to everyone. I really... He just wants the NGW championship. He just has to have it.
And now you've combined
He has to have it.
two forces, two different, as we said at the top of this show.
Right. You've got the Vandy Osiris part of this tag match, and you've got the KJ Jinx part of this tag match.
Wow.
Jinx, I think Jinx is out to put KJ out of NGW. KJ is arguably the cornerstone of the NGW
Yeah.
Foundation. The man is the only Triple Crown winner in the history of NGW. He's held the NGW Tag Team Championships. He's held the NGW Northern Indiana State Championship. And he's been NGW champion.
So essentially, Jinx, if Jinx could put KJ out, that would be a big feather in the cap.
If I do away
Jinx.
with the face of NGW, then I become the face
Yeah.
of NGW.
Essentially.
And then you have the current NGW champion, Osiris, arguably the most dominant NGW champion ever. On April 27th, Osiris will have held that title for a year.
Wow.
He beat Bret Havoc a year ago.
Yeah.
Twice in the same match. Pinned him twice. And won the NGW title a year ago.
Wow.
No one has held the NGW championship that long. For a year. No
So,
one.
mighty Osiris.
I gotta go with KJ and Osiris. I'm going with KJ and Osiris. And the reason I go with KJ and Osiris is KJ has been wrestling for NGW since its inception. He was there at the first show. He's there on the 5th anniversary. He's the only Triple Crown winner in the history of NGW. And he's partnered with, I'll say it again, with arguably the most dominant NGW champion ever.
I'm gonna have to take Jinx and Vandy.
That's, well, okay. Why?
Why? Because you stated Vandy has big victories over top names of the business.
The X Factor for this match
Yes, sir.
is, can the single-minded Jinx and the single-minded Mark Vandy coexist?
Ooh.
Can they work together?
I say yes. But
KJ has no single agenda. Osiris has no single agenda. They'll coalesce. They'll work together fine. Vandy, Jinx. Can they do it together?